Good afternoon. We just finished up a front pinion seal repair on the Summit TX25. It was a warranty repair. Summit sent me the parts and I did the job myself. Was not a hard job at all. If you haven't seen that video, I will put a link to it up in one of these corners at the end of this video. But right now, what I'm going to be addressing, two concerns that I have with the machine that I think could be better is I'm struggling with my forward pedal sticking a little bit when I let my foot off, when I'm going forward. If I'm trying to creep up on something, it doesn't want to stop as quick as I want it to. I've looked through the manual, nothing in the manual on it. I did talk to Josh at Summit about it, and he said the best thing he could say was, increase the spring tension. And then they provided me a procedure to adjust the forward and rear pedal positionings, but that was more of a calibration to make sure that you're not, how do I want to say this, to make sure that the pedals are static, meaning when you're off both pedals, the tractor's not moving. So there's an adjustment for that to make sure that it's not creeping forward or backward when you're not touching the pedals at all. I've performed that adjustment. That wasn't my problem, but we did, recalibrate everything. I think it said you need a 24 millimeter wrench. I did not have a 24. I did have a 25, and this nut is right smack between a 1 inch and 15/16. So right there, let me zoom in on it for you. Right there is what we're talking about. So you've got, that's a 16 millimeter bolt, and that nut is actually a cam right in behind there. So I'm going to see if I can get my wrench in view here. So right there, you can see I'm on that cam. That's a 1 inch wrench that I'm putting on that cam back there, and it's a little loose, but it does the trick. The 15/16 is a little tight, so you want to hold that cam. What I found worked easiest was I took a 3/8 extension and a ratchet, and I went in through here to get on that bolt right there. So that's what I found worked easiest. So you break that free, and then once you've broken that nut free, you turn that cam, and again, you barely turn it, but when you turn that cam, you will see these pedals moving. You'll see these pedals moving up and down. And so what it tells you is if the tractor is creeping forward, then you want to turn the cam so that the forward pedal goes up and the reverse pedal goes down. And so that's what I did. Well, that reverse pedal going down actually means that the tractor it's braking over that point. When I started and put it in gear, it wanted to take off right away. So I went way too far with it. So teeny tiny little adjustments. But again, once you get it set, you've got to get up in there. You want to hold this cam still and then tighten this bolt. What I have going on is actually it's sticking, so the pedal is not returning all the way up. So I am going to increase the spring tension a little bit, but Josh recommended trying to get some lubrication up in the backside around some bearings and stuff in there. It's not going to be easy to get at, and I think it's going to be more of a spray and pray method, to be honest with you. I'm going to try to bend the hose on the can and just soak everything down there and hope we get it where it's got to be, because otherwise it's a lot to take apart to try to get in there. Another little issue that I found when I was kind of exploring in here, I've got a hose that's rubbing a little bit, and I'll show you guys that here. So you'll see I've already got my cover off. So I've got a hose that's rubbing right here, and I think I'm gonna try to take some tension off of that hose and get it rerouted a little bit so that it's not rubbing on that floor pan, because I don't want that to burst. Right here, this piece here, you're gonna see that. I'm gonna push down on my forward pedal. You're gonna see that. You see that move in there? Okay. So right here, this hydraulic hose is hitting on the back of that piece. So it's rubbing. What I did is I followed that hose. So I followed this hose here, and it appears to be this hose right here. Well, if you look right there, it's right up against that pin. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the hydraulic pressure off it here, and I'm going to loosen that fitting, and maybe this fitting a little bit, and see if I can't swing these hoses out a little and get that one away to where it'll route and take some of that tension off that hose right there. So I'm just going to loosen these just a little bit here so I can turn them. I'm almost wondering if that shouldn't have been on the outside of this one. We can do this without making a big old mess. Bring it up on the inside. No, that's going to make it worse. So I guess we're just going to swing them out as far as we can here. We might have to go back here and kind of move some tie wraps around, I guess. So what probably should have been done here is this tie wrap should have probably been up here to get these hoses up and away more. So I think that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this one. I'll get some more tie wraps and I'll run and try to pull everything up. I think it's going to work. It feels like it's all got enough play in it. It's going to work. Okay, yeah. I can see up in here that that's definitely pulled away from that linkage now. Do our best to get that routed where it's not going to interfere anymore. The cable and hose management under here leaves a little bit to be desired. And then finally, we're going to make a slight adjustment on our pedals here. The reverse pedal looks like it could go that way. So we're going to take the 2 bolts out. So if you look right in there, that's your reverse linkage. So we're going to take those 2 bolts out. We're going to add some washers between these two and put this back together. That should bring our reverse pedal towards us, which will give us more room between these 2 pedals. That's one of the complaints you'll read on the forums is these are kind of close together, and if you've got a big work boot on, sometimes when you're on the forward pedal, you hit the reverse pedal accidentally, and so there's not a lot of room here. So we're going to shim that pedal over. I also took the rubber off the pedals. That gains you about 1/4, maybe 3/8 of an inch on each pedal by just removing those rubber pads. Don't really need them on there. So I'm just going to leave mine off and see how I like it. You'll see I've got a lot of tools and stuff laying around on the floor here. So I just got done doing the front pinion repair. That seal was leaking and I was losing fluid. There we go. So we're going to run out to the shop and grab some washers here to put between that. We'll be right back. Well, provided that these bolts are long enough, this should work out rather well. Otherwise, I'll have to make a run to the hardware and grab some longer bolts. So the easiest thing is going to be to let that pedal hang there and put a bolt through the middle. Yeah, it looks like there's enough thread sticking through there to do the job. Now there's a couple of witness marks on the pedal as far as like where it was located, so we're just going to go right back where those were. So we're closer to center now. We'll try that, and if need be, we can get some longer bolts even yet and put a few more washers in there. But that should gain us, between removing the 2 rubber pads and adding 1/4 inch of spacer down there with washers, we probably gained ourselves somewhere between 1/2 and 3/4 of an inch between those pedals. We'll see if that makes a difference. I'm going to add some spring tension before I start spraying lube in there, because I got a feeling once I spray lube in there, it's going to be dripping for a while, and I don't really feel like eating breakaway today. Now here's your return spring, and back here there's a bolt with an adjuster on it, and we've got some threads here that we can take up. So we're going to tighten this all the way up, and we're going to put the maximum amount of spring tension on there that it will allow. Hopefully that will increase the pressure on the pedal and help it to return easier. Okay, so we got our jam nut loosened. And we're going to come in from the top if we can and just kind of hold on to the bolt. And we'll take our other wrench and we're going to back this jam nut off as far as we can so that we can tighten the adjustment nut down all the way and max out this return spring pressure. And then we're gonna, as Josh said, get up there and try to get a bunch of penetrating oil down in there to hopefully make things move a little more smoothly. And we're gonna put our drain pan under here to catch any drips from our penetrating oil. It really just is not a good way to do this, so we're just gonna bend this hose here. Bend this as much as we can, and I guess hope we can get penetrating oil where we want it. All right, so here's what we ended up doing. I took a piece of 3/4 inch heater hose, about 6 inches long, maybe just a little longer, and I cut it lengthwise, and I slid it over this hose down around through here to protect it from rubbing through here, and I put one zip tie around it, just kind of pinch it in place, and that should protect our hose from rubbing through here. Got our shroud that goes in here. I got a little ahead of myself there. I think that actually was sitting on top of that plastic. Now we may end up having to modify our rubber mat a little bit here. I don't know. Let's see. Because we moved our reverse pedal over. Let's see if we end up having to trim the rubber at all here. Oh no, I think we'll be just fine. So there we are, all back together, and you can see here we've got plenty of room there for clearance, so that shouldn't be an issue. Didn't need to trim the rubber. So like I said, you know, when I started creating content for the summit, I'll let you guys know if I'm having trouble with the machine, what I'm doing to fix it. Got a lot of negative comments on the video where I showed tightening these cables down here and adjusting, you know, the ball valve here for hydraulic flow. A lot of folks obviously are huge John Deere or Kubota fans out there, and that's fine, you know. Whatever works for you, whatever you're going to spend your money on. It's your money. Buy whatever you want. But having said that, it's my money too, and I bought what I want. So keep your opinion to yourself, or keep it respectful. I'm just going to delete the comments from now on. There's no benefit to getting on there and slamming a machine just because you don't like it. You obviously don't like it, so I don't know why you're even bothering to watch the video. But hey, thanks for watching, because I make money off every view, so appreciate you watching anyway. But yeah, there's no need for the negativity. It is what it is. I bought a machine that I was hoping to be able to service myself, and that's why a lot of other people are buying them. Maybe they don't have a dealer they trust near them, or maybe they don't have any dealer near them, and you know, online support is the best option for them. So anyway, so far so good. Summit's been very responsive, and they've given me the information I've needed. Obviously, they sent me parts. The previous video to this one was the front pinion seal replacement there, and you know, I had the parts in very short order, and then had the machine, you know, fixed this morning. So yeah, like I said, they're usually pretty helpful as far as you ask a question. You know, they've got ideas what you can try to adjust. Obviously, some of this stuff is probably a little bit of quality control issue, and they're aware of it, so they know what to tell you to do to fix it. The guard on here was bent, you know, was shaped so that it's not hitting. That's one of the early complaints on the earlier machines. This is a little bit later machine, so that's been updated and fixed. Either way, we're all put back together. I look forward to getting out and using the machine again and putting it to work. I've got quite a few projects coming up. I just haven't got to them yet. I've been really busy, but there are projects coming where we're actually going to see the machine doing some work instead of just me standing in here next to it in the garage telling you what I had to fix on it. So stay tuned for more Summit content. Thanks for tuning in today. Appreciate your watching. We'll see you in the next one.